Alright, so let's get started. We are going to go ahead here and start doing the the widgets, just to get it out the way here. So already have a folder here. Just rename it here and call it widget. Alright, and then there we're gonna first start by creating our our main customized widgets. We're just gonna call it customization. Okay, just gonna call it that. Okay, you can call it whatever you want, but we're gonna do that. We're gonna leave that for now, and we're gonna move on to our weapon slot. So weapon slot is let me see what it is later. Look, just create a weapon slot widget, whatever, and then another one for attachment. Alright, we'll just go ahead and save all three of these. So let's go in the weapon slot here and just set it up. So for starters, let's do this custom here, and we're gonna say 300 150, and you could actually make this whatever you want it to be, or however you want your widget to look. But yeah, that's kind of where we're gonna start, and just gonna delete that. Let's see, let's say I'll add a size box. Go do the width height, 300, and height 150. After that, we're just gonna add a border. Like I said, you could design yours however you want to. This, we're just gonna do this for this tutorial. I'm just gonna try to recreate the one I did. I'm gonna have a button here, and yep. So in this button right here, or this border, that's where you would have the material would come in for the to show your weapon. But yeah, since we got that one started, let's go ahead and create something similar for the attachment slot, which this one could be a little bit different, but yep, I'm just gonna keep this at the size it is for now. Let's keep going. Add a button. Let's give it the same. Just wrap this with a size box here. Alright, same thing here. It would be an attachment in here somewhere. The attachment image in there. Alright, just keep it going. Now this is definitely going to take a little bit of time, but yep, let's go. So first thing we want to create in here. So let's just, we're going to keep the canvas for now, and let's make this about that size. Alright, inside we're gonna add a widget switcher. I'm just gonna name it as we go. This is gonna be a variable because we're gonna need to switch between the different screens. So we're gonna call this weapons and attachments. Alright, and it's already a variable, leave it at that. And inside this widget switcher we're gonna add all of our other widgets. So let's get it started. So let's add a canvas in here, canvas panel. To start, we're just gonna call this one weapons. Alright, let's start with a vertical box. And inside here, alright, after we add our size box, let's just change the width and height here. 400, and we're gonna do maybe 150. Okay, that should be good enough. And this is all relative to what you want to do. So, and in that size box we're gonna add a button. Add a button in there. All right, and in this button we're gonna change the gonna add our assault rifle in there. I'm gonna change this to an image, and you get the drift. Could also maybe add a text block in there somewhere, but just to say what type of weapon it is or whatever. But let's just keep going. All right, so this size box here, let's duplicate it a few times. Got primary, secondary, explosives. I don't think it's a few of them, but let's go ahead and change the this is my pistol. Okay, and add the sniper. And we're gonna stay with these for now, since we're not gonna go and add logic for each weapon. We're just gonna do one. We're just gonna do the primary for now. So you could also name the button. All right, so we got our first thing started there. And just to get that logic here going, sorry. Set the active widget index. Now we go back over to our widget switcher here. Let's add another canvas panel. Right, this one we're gonna call it let's say weapon types. I think that's what I named the other one that I worked on, weapon types. Alright, and then weapon types, we're gonna get a uniform grid. Oh, and let's just drag it out here. And in there, we're gonna add a button in here. Add a button and add a text box inside that button. Alright, let's assault rifle. Alright, for good measures, let's just wrap this in a size box. And we're gonna say 250 and 100. Yep. Alright, live with that. Now we're gonna, duplicate this size box here, and we're gonna call it 1. Alright, and you might want to go in here and rename the buttons. Assault rifle button. I'm gonna call this our SMG button. Alright, let's duplicate that again. Call this our sniper rifle button. Just kind of guessing these as I go here, and call that too. And you could go ahead and add yours as you like. I think should have an assault rifle, an SMG, maybe an explosive, I think. Yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and just do that. So let's add another one, duplicate, call this one rocket launcher button. And this one would be 3. And then a let's say since we have a grenade launcher here, grenade launcher button, and you probably want to change the text to what the hell. Okay, size box probably need to be a little bit bigger too. Call it 300. There's 4. And this one is our trust me guys, I really hate doing this. For some reason I do not like creating UI. It's just not fun to me, but yeah. Let's knock it out. Promise after this it's gonna be lots of fun and learning. Alright, I think I'm good with that. Just always compile and save. Alright, now let's add a vertical box in here. We're gonna add this inside our, canvas panel. So, let's first bring it down a little bit. Alright, we're not gonna get too fancy here, we're just gonna keep it going. Alright, let's add a scroll box in here. And inside this scroll box we want to go find our weapon slot widget. That's what we're gonna add in there. And let's see what our size box in there was. 300, 150, so we might want to give that size box the same, wrap it with a size box, and just to, I don't know if this does anything, but if it does, it's something good, I guess, so why not, right? Alright, and inside the scroll box here, this is where all your inventory weapon would spawn. It will be a scroll box where you can scroll through and select. We did, however, forget to do a widget for our attributes here with our progress bars. So yeah, you might want to do that a little bit later. I'm sorry guys, I'm a little bit tired. It's late at night and I'm drained. Well, let's keep it going. Alright, in here we're gonna add a text box inside this canvas panel, and this text box is pretty much gonna just show the name of the weapon. So let's just add it here, and I'm just gonna call it weapon name. Alright, and just for being cute, we could just call this the Kraken. Alright, and then we're gonna add a border. Let's add a border in here. Alright. Alright, good. Should probably make this a little bit bigger. So 40. Why not? And drag it out. Alright, for our border here, we want to get kind of like a dark black and turn the transparency down. There we go. Alright, and in there we want to add a text block, and this will pretty much be our weapon description. We just say, I don't know, yeah. And down here we would have our attribute widgets, which we should just go ahead and create now so we could get it out the way. Alright, so let's go ahead and create a new widget. Alright, this one, how are we gonna handle this? Alright, so let's first put everything in a border, and I'm gonna just leave that as desired, I guess. Yeah. Alright, inside this canvas panel, we're gonna add a border. Alright. Alright. Inside this border now, we want to gonna do a horizontal box for these. I think should have made notes or get something to look at here, but yeah, let's try to figure it out. I think so. Vertical box, and the border, we also want to give it that, you know, kind of nice dark, however you want. This is, like I said, all relative to you. Your UI don't even have to look like this after, you know, you add the other stuff, so it's really up to you. And you know what, let's wrap this with a horizontal box. Alright, and let's add a size box. And there, let's see, that's good. What I'm doing right now. Right, that's good. Right, then we're gonna add a text box. This we're just gonna call accuracy. Add another one. Okay. Obviously, I definitely need some sleep, but yeah, let's delete the size box here for now. Add another text in here called damage. And another one called range, and this is pretty much going to be all this, you know, stuff we created earlier in our struts. Fire rate, I think we had mobility, and then another one for recoil control. Alright, let's just get this border out a little bit more. Alright, now let's add our see if we could get this down a little bit more space. Now let's add our progress bars. Yes, progress bars. All right. Now we might want to wrap this inside of a vertical box because we're going to add a few of those. There, vertical box. There we go. All right. Now this one we're going to call this accuracy. Okay. I think we also might need to put this in a size box also. Yep. And I am not getting fancy, so let's just run through these. Alright, you might want to add some padding in there just to get them to align with the text. So call this one mobility. And then after mobility comes recoil control. All right. Okay. Where's the pad in here? Let's bottom. Let's see. Maybe 20. Top. Alright, I go with that. Like I said, I'm not getting too fancy, but you guys get the drift. Alright, now let's add that guy in here. I guess he's here. Hopefully looks better in game, but yeah. So we are done with weapon types. I think we only have about one more widget to create. All right, let's do this. And this will be the attachment window. So let's add a canvas panel here into our widget switcher. So when we do click on this here, which is going to be this, or whichever one we click here, it's going to switch over to this widget here, which is going to, you know, switch depending on whichever you click here, but you switch over to here, and this widget index will be 1, as this one will be 0, this will be 1. So since we're going to be clicking over, let's go over and over here and just add the 1 in there. If we got the wrong index, we could always go back and change and find the right one, but that's how the widgets switch between different widgets here. All right, so what we got left now is the attachment window, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to call this attachment select. Oh, well. Oh, can I spell attachment select? All right, and in this widget here, what are we going to have in here? All right, we are going to add some buttons. First one, we're going to add a few of these buttons here, so let's go ahead and duplicate them. Spread them out. So this is pretty much where our gun would be. So up here we would have the muzzle, up here we would have, you know, the optics. Duplicate. Back here we'll probably have the stock, another button, have the rear attachment. Sorry, what I'm doing. And we'll have a mag, then under barrel. We also want to have the attributes widget in there too. Alright, so let's go ahead and add some text box to these guys and give them names. Alright. First one I'm going to call muzzle button. Second, we're going to call this the optics button. Third, we're going to call you the stock button. We're going to call you rear button. Call you mag button. Going to call you under barrel. The barrel button. Okay, and for good measures, we also want to add a nice text box here, a really big one. For no reason at all, we want to add it. Okay, let's take a step back here. All right, now this text bar, we want to make it not that big, but yeah, close enough. Thank you, Unreal. Okay. We probably need one more button in here. We're gonna call it, nope. Call you the back button. We're almost done, guys. Almost done. Almost. You guys could get fancy with this later. All right, I think we about almost finished, except for one more, and after this is on to the fun. One more. All right, let's go. Let's just finish this up. All right, let's add a canvas panel in here inside the widget switcher, and this canvas panel will be essentially now where we add our attachments, or where we could switch through different attachments. And let's call this canvas attachment edit. Yeah, why not? We're doing it. All right. And in here, let's add a big text block in there, since we got all that space. Nothing else to do. Now we're gonna add a scroll box in here. All right, let's get you down here, Mr. Scroll Box. There you out, wherever you want to be. And we probably need to add our attribute widgets in here too, right? And inside the scroll box, we want to get our what do we call it? Attachment slot. Please tell me that's what we clicked on. All right, let's go here and edit. See, so I don't have any attachment graphics here, so let's do that and not be fancy. All right. All right, so here, whenever you click on here, whichever attachment populates this little scroll box here, you would eventually get the change of weapon, which will be viewed on this side of the window here, and this will essentially tell you that, you know, you're on the muzzle or you're on the optics, or, you know, whichever one of these you click. Look at mag. Okay. Okay. Sorry guys, let me promise the next one will be a lot more energy. All right, so I think we are done here.